flight test center by at least 10 years. They used the flight data from a former ace pilot to create drone AI, but to us it's no different than magic or alchemy. Airplanes are meant to be flown by human beings. To those of you listening in, am I wrong? We're heading towards Grunder Park. Rendezvous point is the helipad on this man-made island. We'll ditch the car and take the helicopter from there.
Which faction is the head of our organization? We need to know at once.
There are rumors of a military group calling itself the Free Illusions.
Fire smokes, 3 strikes of punch.
You've entered the clouds. An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. Got a bad feeling. I'm hit! Get this guy off my back!
Fire on that vehicle.
The VIP is taking fire. This vehicle stopped.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, Vox 2.
Try to help us before we get shot. It's not like this is a tank or anything.
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 1999 Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Well, yeah, don't they know nowhere is safe?
Missile.
Our terminal's fall has led to another power struggle within the Illusion military.
It's all gone to hell. The radio chatters about the Civil War. Radio? You have one in your cockpit? Yeah, ever since my previous squadron. I've got it taped, nice and secure.
The insurgents.
We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide. The bridge is being blocked off by a tank. This isn't good. The general is speaking with the commander.
Cease fire with the ocean aircraft. General's orders.
An armored vehicle is behind us. It's a vehicle used by the Illusion forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for him.
We're taking fire! Take care of them!
Watch out for the future. The high heavens.
I didn't think we were gonna make it, but you saved us. Thanks.
UAVs are acting strange. Their autonomous mode must be bugged. It's not the drones that are faulty. It's this whole Charlie Foxtrot. It is not machines that make the decisions to work. It's people. Understand that. Destroy aircraft with tally marks on the tail. Their beetles in the double.
Thunderbolt, so be it! Unknown aircraft approaching.
We're taking fire from vehicles blocking our path!
We've seen forces at landfill there before. They're firing on our VIP. We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Almost reached the container area. Watch out for enemy ambushes.
Understood.
Thanks for the help. I don't think we could have survived a few more shots like that.
Caution. Caution. Pull up. Caution.
Strider 1, enemy has a lock.
The general's vehicle is under attack. Our VIP is taking fire.
We're taking fire! We can't hold off!
Target destroyed.
The drones aren't receiving my orders. Can we switch the UAVs to slave mode?
Missile away. Bon voyage.
We made it somehow. Try to get off your ass a little faster next time.
Fire! Cease fire! We're on your side, you idiot!
We're coming up on a tunnel. We'll need to split up until we reach the exit. to milk in technology than just human beings. They took IFF designations for one was an astonishing feat. They used it to make drones that resembled Osean fighters. And then to assassinate Harley and put the blame on enemy fighters. But in the end, milk and technology brought chaos to the world.
I can't believe Arusi is responsible for Harley's assassination.
You talking politics? That's new.
Can't ignore a story like that, right, Trigger?
It's launched.
Take out Eddie in autonomous mode.
Missile inbound! Give me!
Strider 1, missile away. Tank is destroyed.
Bad news. Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking that we should go say hi before they ruin the General's day.
Chaffin flames launched.
Taking fire from a friendly crew. I'm cutting in my crosshairs.
Caution. Pull up.
It's Erusian military.
The General's a real celebrity. Seems everyone wants to meet him.
We have no choice! Fire!
We're taking heavy fire. Concentrate your fire on the combat vehicle.
In gun range. 5 minutes remaining.
I'm really buddy.
Missile.
Chaffin flash completed.
Missile. Missile.
Missile away.
Missile.
We were nearly done for. I couldn't have asked for better timing.
Missile.
How's you at last, Broadcaster? We've been briefed and we're here to help.
Missile.
We've reached the industrial zone. This should be the new rendezvous point. The coordinates are up ahead. Take out any enemies in the surrounding area.
Wilco.
Officers from countries annexed by Arusi have taken multiple groups and declared independence.
Glad we waited. Don't worry, we won't let anybody through after you.
Almost at the rendezvous. In the rear of the others.
Pull up.
Understood.
Roger.
The radicals truly believe boosting drone productions will make up for our losses. They should be taking responsibility for the capital's fall, but instead they're prolonging the war. That is why proper conservatives like myself are willing to regain control. If all goes well, we should be able to sign a truce with Osea quickly.
Missile launched.
We've reached the rendezvous point. There's the chopper, too.
Who do we turn to in this darkest hour? We need a beacon of light to show us the way. This is the Legion News Network.
I've got ice on my wings.
Okay, let's go. We're getting out of here. I've had just about enough of this place. I'd like to offer my thanks to the LRSSG. They should finally bring about a true end to the war.
Understood. Good luck. Multiple unidentified aircraft approaching.
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
What's going on? Dr. Schroeder!
Whoa. There's a girl on board?
He's not lying about carrying civilians.
No. Unless she's a soldier.
Weapon use is prohibited. Strider 1 has crashed.
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
What's going on? Dr. Schroeder!
Whoa. There's a girl on board?
He's not lying about carrying civilians.
No. Unless she's a soldier.
Weapon use is prohibited. We've checked footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying civilians. We are not here to fight.
Dr. Schroeder, tell me what's happening.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, but do not attack the civilian liaison.
That's the aircraft your grandfather told me about. The one with the scratches.
There it is. The EASA liaison plane.
Trigger, what the hell are you doing?
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
What's going on? Dr. Schroeder!
Whoa, whoa. There's a girl on board?
He's not lying about carrying civilians.
Unless she's a soldier.
Weapon use is prohibited. We've checked footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying civilians. We are not here to fight.
Dr. Schroeder, tell me what's happening.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, but do not attack the civilian liaison.
That's the aircraft your grandfather told me about. The one with the scratches.
There it is. The EASA liaison plane. They engage in witchcraft with Vulcan technology. They're responsible for leading the military down the wrong path.
Wait, unknown's attacking the girl's plane.
Hold on tight.
Lancaster, permission to engage.
Negative.
What?
It could be Ocean fighters. ID them ASAP.
Shit.
That's all we can do.
ID complete. They're Erusian fighters. What the hell is going on?
Stay sharp.
Uh-huh.
Right, I'm shooting him down. Any complaints?
Granted.
Wilco.
Yeah, good work. Strider 1 has killed a bandit.
Hey! Careful, those guys are good. When they get fired, I can get big shots too. I managed to catch a glimpse of the strike.
Warning,
Be a fighter. Just so you plan on getting in my way.
Chaffin flags launched.
Don't miss.
Aim carefully.
Mine. No good.
I'm on my target.
Shit.
trail. In my way.
Here we go.
Bandit destroyed. Well done.
Bring him away. Missile closing on me.
Nice kill.
Good work. All hostile aircraft eliminated. The liaison is safe. Wait.
The escort fighter is... Drive. They're missing the drive.
What the hell? You gotta be kidding me. Liaison escort has a radar lock. They're targeting you guys.
What the hell? We were just helping them.
Erusian aircraft, this is AWACS Lancaster. Do not engage the liaison. Break off now.
Can you hear me on this channel, Ocean craft? Those escort aircraft are drones. They are currently being operated autonomously. They are not being controlled by anyone. They are flying on their own volition.
What?
In that case, we have no choice but to shoot the aircraft down.
Unfortunately, yes.
We did what we could. Weapons free. We're cleared to attack the escort.
Wilco. Understood.
Wilco.
You can abort the MQ-99 launch. Our commands are overridden. They must be accessing it remotely. Which unit is behind this?
Hey, it's not our fault they won't listen to reason. Why build something like that? Whoever did is the king of all dumbasses.
To build something else entirely.
Missile.
Additional hostiles inbound. Great timing.
Son of a bitch.
Launching missile.
No. The escort must have used its remote activation rights to gain more allies. Clever.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Chaffin flares are running low.
Missile.
Strider 1 is hit.
Missile away.
Behind the enemy.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Missile. Missile.
Watch 2.
Missile. Missile.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
I'm on my target's tail.
5 bandits remaining.
Missile.
Damn it. They don't have the drive they need.
Autonomous mode is fully functional. You're done.
Strider 1, target eliminated.
4 bandits left.
Missile. Missile.
Have to be fully functional.
Missile.
There has to be a time when it should not function.
Range. 3 bandits to go.
Missile.
They are up to no
Missile.
data, aren't they?
Missile away. Target acquired. 2 bandits left. Show them what you got.
Missile. Fall warning.
Strider 2, check your 6.
One bandit to go. In gun range.
Strider 1, that's what I like to see. Another story to tell my boy.
Understood. All hostiles have been eliminated. Nice. General's helicopter is flying safely outside Anchorhead Bay. All aircraft, RTB, mission complete.
All hostiles, huh?
General, the Ocean aircraft is here to pick us up. The approaching Ocean aircraft.
Losing his army? Elaborate. They stole our sealed orders.
VIP.
It should be a piece of cake.
Were you sent by the General's staff? No, we'd like you to send someone. I can't!
There are 3 scratches.
What does that mean?
The tail of that plane.
Broadcast.
The island we went to was supposed to have been secured by the ground forces. They hadn't gotten a handle on things by the time we got there, so now we were stuck in the middle of a half-assed campaign. My job was to get the planes ready for combat, making repairs and handing them over to our troop of cons. Thing is, the enemy still had the hangars. The comms were still down, so none of us knew what the hell was going on. The last transmission I heard before everything went to shit was that some prisoners from an Ocean military penal unit rioted and managed to escape. They stole some jets and now they were flying around, taking out their former allies left and right. I wonder if any units like ours were out here, creeping around. Hearing the Osean jets firing at each other overhead chipped away at morale. Since the radio was out, it was quiet. I liked it better that way. All I heard was the gunfire. Here we were, walking around carrying rifles. We were pilots, damn it. Friendly fire will probably kill us. You know things are desperate when the guards that used to lock us into solitary are now telling us it's better we all stick together. I guess they think our odds of surviving this war are better that way. After walking for miles across the battlefield, we came across the wreckage of a plane. Passenger, not military. I knew that rose. It was an Erusian liaison plane. The guard's dogs smelled something and took off. They led us to a cliff. And the bodies.
Today, I lost everything. When Osea attacked our capital, my father, a man who was never really suited to being the king, was killed. I was to be flown out of the war zone to safety, but the plane was shot down by rebels. The entire crew was killed in the crash. Soldiers appeared and one shot at me. My dog went after him and shot him to pieces. He was my best friend. After all those speeches I gave about working together for peace, I thought everyone felt the same as I did. I'm sure the soldier who shot at me knew I was the Princess of Erusia. He was Erusian too. More soldiers have come. Now, there is no one left to protect me. I am so numb, I cannot move. I watch as one of their dogs approaches. It sniffs mournfully at my dead friend. I wonder if it grieves for him as much as I do. I can barely think. I feel weaker by the minute. I don't know who these soldiers are with, but I managed to take a sip of the water they gave me.
How long have you been here?
Somehow, I muster the courage to answer the woman's question. I tell her I've been there 3 days. They gather around me with grim looks on their faces. What would they do if they knew I was the Erusian princess? After searching the cockpit of the plane, the woman who spoke to me before came back to me.
This is an air-to-ground tactical radio. It still works!
I noticed she walked with a limp. She knelt down next to me and asked her companions to give me some food. And then, very softly, she said,
You see, I used to listen to your broadcasts, Your Royal Highness.
Just what did you see here?
Okay, enough talk. Your opinions have all been taken into consideration. Beyond the seizure of Forvanti, which is important.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
This is Tango 2-3, pursued by multiple tanks and APCs.
They'll all go down if we don't pull back the landing craft. And what? Abandoned Tango 2-3?
Something's not right.
Tango 2-3, we don't have the firepower to assist you. You're on your own.
Please, we need help.
Wagtail is on the Ocean landing ship. What's going on? What did you say?
Multiple bogies inbound. Damn it. Prepare for anti-air combat.
This is the AWACS Longcaster. The aircrafts in your area belong to the LRSSG.
Allied aircraft. A retreating vehicle is taking fire. Requesting assistance.
Roger.
Caution. Pull up.
ID complete.
We're under attack!
Target acquired.
Caution. Pull up.
Update us on Tyler Island.
Couldn't be worse. Our forces are scattered and on the run.
They're on the run?
We were waiting for retreating units here to carry them out to safety.
Our artillery fire just missed us off our starboard side.
Missile hit.
Caution. Pull up. Caution.
Shit! These are Ocean!
Thank God.
Target's
Friendly
at machine
bird.
gun range.
Do me a favor, Longcaster. Many of our allies are cut off. We need support and an escape route.
Understood. We'll do what we can. Let's help retreating Ocean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area.
Missile.
Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
There's more over here. The bodies will get to those. I don't think we're part of the fight. Look at that, we're all lined up.
Missile.
No, they're not combatants. Some of them are even left.
Target destroyed.
I can guess what happened here. I really don't want to think about it.
The Peruvian bastards. It's a blatant war crime.
Take photos for evidence. If you see 3 strikes, count to 3, and the enemy's gone.
Our last vehicle has been destroyed. Let's get out of here.
Get out there, let's get moving! Hit the gas and don't let up until we reach the extraction point! I don't want to see anyone, hostile or friendly!
Erusian! Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here? It's all crazy people.
I just got the photograph. We'll head back to HQ2. Give us another 30 minutes. The men say they want to at least give the children a proper burial.
We are in the middle of a mission to take back the mass driver. The supply ship is a munitions depot. It's highly combustible. Don't pursue 2T. We just need to buy some time. Hold them at bay until Operation Feeding Time. Move them away from the mass driver.
Missile. Missile.
Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
Our guys even took out the enemy's air support. What do we do now? Get in the tank!
Allied retreat looks good.
You're with us!
Missile launched.
I count 12 dead bodies here. They seem to be upper middle class. The spaceport's nearby, so they could be researchers and their families. Most likely, they were involved with Belka. We're moving out! Leave the dead behind! We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly. We're outnumbered, taking heavy losses. We can't even run. The enemy will shoot us in the back.
All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone Understood. Watch your chaff and flare supply.
Missile.
Ambush, stay calm. Repost the range. It's fine if we take a little damage. We need to finish this right now.
Target acquired.
Bring the anti-tank missile. Hit that heavy armor at the front line. Don't duck.
Cyclops 3, Fox 2.
Where's our damn air support?
Pick up the speed with your search. The faster you find them, the more people we can save. Wait, multiple bogies from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogies. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon? Of course. Chase out the bogies! There's no way they're ours! Almost there. Commence operation.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogies. Identify
Of
them.
course.
Visual.
Like an eagle.
Missile.
Bandit has a lock.
Missile. Missile.
Missile away.
Missile. Missile.
Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers, or they'll flatten our allies.
Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all.
Missile.
Strider 1, Fox 3.
Missile.
Clam 2, on my target tail.
Missile.
Such skill and precision.
Missile.
Don't tell me to
Missile.
no return.
The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time.
I've got a sitting duck here.
Launch control, this is flight leader. All systems ready. We are go for launch.
Missile. Missile.
This is launch control. Launch ready. Affirmative. This is our last chance for Operation Feeding Time.
Enemy on my tail.
Launch control. Roger that.
Enemy on your back.
Missile. Missile.
You're out of chaff and flares.
I'm behind my target.
Watch yourself. These guys are working together to bring us down.
Hostile has a lock.
More bombers approaching. Intercept them now.
Target locked.
half the bombers remain. We can't let even one get away.
Missile. Missile.
Intercept those bombers.
Missile.
Enemy on your back.
Strider 1, you identified the unknown targets. Target hit. ID complete.
Strider 3 launching missile.
Missile. Ammunition 0.
The bombers are about to reach the island. Shoot them down now. Fox 3. All enemy bombers have been destroyed.
We did it.
Continue with your mission.
Our bombers are destroyed. We're pulling back. Watch our pursuit. Damn it, they're too good. Are they really from Ossia?
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Missile.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Rendezvous? We don't even know where we are!
Looking good. We need help. Bring all the injured. This whole operation is crazy. Stop whining.
An explosion inside! Continue the countdown. The enemy's not stupid. They're after the supply ship. Do the countdown! There's still one arsenal bird left. If we can fill it full of bombs, then Aruzia will have a fighting chance. That's the best driver today. Use cameras to track the supply ships. Don't fight with your backs to the supply ship. If you take, we're done for.
Thanks, but will we make it in time?
A landing ship is waiting for you.
Locked on.
Right, we need the wounded. This will guarantee us a one-way ticket to hell.
Missile.
Pretty sure we're there already.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
This is Echo 13. 2 tanks left, but they're running on fumes and low on ammo.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Try to
Missile.
save your ammo. Lure them in and then fire at once.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Locked on.
Missile. Missile.
Vehicle confirmed
Missile.
destroyed.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Missile away.
Missile.
Hostile confirmed destroyed.
Attack missed.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Missile. Missile.
Hey you! Dumbass with a scratches on his tail. You hear me? I need you to help some people. There's a group of refugees surrounded by original tanks right here. Needless to say, their future's not looking too bright.
This is a secure military line. Who is this?
Me? You can call me the Scrap Queen.
Lancaster, she's an ally. Trigger and I'd know that voice anywhere.
That voice. So you're still breathing, Sir Count.
Here, let me have a word. Hey, it's been a while. I had a feeling the two of you were still alive. Remember, stick with Trigger and you'll make it.
We have a bit of intel for you. I'll share it if you can help us refugees.
Count me in.
That's right.
Echo 13, all hostiles are down.
Understood. This is our last chance. We'll see how far we can go.
Missile. Missile.
all the targets. All bogies should be ID'd now. Mission complete. Okay, Scrap Queen. Send us the target coordinates.
I was thinking about how I do that.
Missile.
Don't you have a laser target indicator?
Why would she?
No kidding, sir. Who's taking this to the enemy's doorstep? Not me. Wait, you moron! Wait! What are you doing, dumbass? Here! Come right here!
Lancaster, we confirmed the location of the flare.
That's them. All aircraft, we just updated your threat matrix via data link. Take out those targets.
Don't miss. We don't want to hit the pretty ladies down there.
Missile.
Hurry!
Missile. 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 Missile.
Good job! The enemy tanks are close. I don't think I could even do anything with that scrap.
Missile. Missile.
Everyone knows it. No other reason.
Missile. Missile.
Fox 2.
Missile. Missile.
Get your pal.
Missile.
Hurry!
Get moving.
That takes care of them. No civilian casualties? Nice going. Do you hear the singing?
Begin the terminal countdown. Pressure stable. Cooling system is on.
Lancaster, a promise is a promise. Here's the intel. I heard it from an illusion soldier that defected. The supply ships will be launched soon.
Yeah, that is valuable information.
That doesn't sound good.
But can it be trusted?
Not sure. Heard it from a man who said he wanted to atone for his sins. Up to you to trust him or not.
Understood. Good luck.
Releasing safety. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch. 1, 2, 3. The mass driver is accelerating.
The supply ships have been launched from the mass driver. If the supply ships make it to the Arsenal bird, they'll be able to resupply it. They may be loaded with new weaponry that we don't even know about. We have no choice but to take down the supply ships before they can get within the Arsenal bird's air defense network. You've got to hurry or you're not going to make it. 3 minutes to the enemy's air defense network.
Missile. Missile.
All aircraft, remain on high alert. We got bandits incoming on radar. You're
Missile.
gonna have to forget about them for now. Focus on destroying that supply ship first.
You're sitting ducks like this.
Let the supply ship get too far away, we'll never be able to catch it.
Alright, let's move in behind them and take them down.
So they're trying to feed that giant monster of a bird. We can't let them complete their mission.
The supply ship's in the clouds. We can't find it.
All we need to do is slow them down.
Which one first?
Don't try to follow after the supply ships. Stick close to trigger.
90 seconds to the enemy's air defense network.
Don't lose them!
The Ocean pilots are chasing the supply ship hard.
Missile. Missile.
You think the mother hen really wants them? Trust the plan before the loss of communication.
Missile.
60 seconds remain.
Missile. Missile.
Supply ships are on their scheduled flight path.
Missile.
Did you see that explosion? Looks like that's one of them down.
Remember, there are 2 supply ships out there. Hurry up and shoot the other one down.
Missile.
Trigger, you're gonna lose it. Fly at full speed. Hope you're all enjoying the pretty fireworks. If this thing had any windows, we could have seen it for ourselves. Nice work, team.
We're gonna find ourselves a boat and leave this island. We'll be taking the refugees, along with any deserters from the Erusian military.
Who's the girl that ran at the tanks with the smoke canister? A few more crazies like her, and life down there may have been a tad bit easier.
Pull up. Caution.
What do you think would have happened to those refugees if you hadn't intervened? The princess saw what happened. They were little kids.
That's why I like the sky. You don't have to see those types of things.
Does this mean we're that much closer to ending the war?
No, we just basically prevented it from going on forever.
Count's right. We have no choice but to return to our original base. Our base that is nearly out of food and fuel. We need to do something.
Good. Take a seat. Everyone's here. All right. Good work.
We found a boat, then sailed away from the island. We had to. We didn't belong there. The new guy's name was George. I noticed when the anarchist said his name, he said it with a thick Belkan accent. How did you know that he was from Belka?
Well, both my parents were from Belka, so...
You never told me that. They say that Belkans are known for their conspiracies.
That's just a stereotype. Now, I simply stated my honest opinion and was thrown in jail for it.
The princess sat there looking miserable. That was a dumbass stunt she pulled back there, but it got us on this boat. Take a look at that. This ship is heading for a single rope that's hanging down from the sky. Do you know how far the end of that rope reaches?
Outer space.
No. It is a direct connection to the very potential of mankind itself. Or at least it was until war erupted.
It's my strong belief that the rope might be connected to a very distant, faraway source of great conflict and strife. Even long before the war, the whole world started falling apart once Harling began trying to build it. I often wonder what was going through Harling's mind when he was trying to destroy the very thing that so many people were sacrificed in order to create.
Sacrificed? What do you mean?
Have you seen all of those countless old space shuttles on Tyler Island that are no longer in use?
Yeah. I always thought of them as a good source of scrap. They're an obsolete technology that was abandoned during the construction of the space elevator. Which would mean that if the space elevator was destroyed, it would be that much harder for mankind to reach the stars. Until we find another way.
But even then, Harling still went ahead and tried to destroy it. At the cost of his own life.
That's not the way I heard it. What I heard was that he sacrificed himself to protect the tower from an incoming missile.
Oh, I was told he tried to fly his ship into the tower in order to destroy it.
I wonder which story is true, Your Royal Highness.
I don't know. Looking at it objectively, it's reasonable to believe that Harling had both options before him.
When it comes to which one you think he took, I guess it's like a mirror.
Yes, it is. It's like a mirror looking into your own soul, based on whichever choice you believe it was. At the moment, though, I can only see darkness. I think that thing should be destroyed.
It's time for the briefing. Although, since we don't have any contact with HQ, it's not like this is an official mission. Anyway, it looks like the seizure of Tyler Island and the relief from Osea have been postponed. In the meantime, we just have to do what we can to survive. Since losing its capital city of Ferbanti, Erusian forces have separated into smaller, autonomous factions. It looks like Erusia's largest force and leading faction will pass through the area around this base. The space elevator is significant to them, so they're probably heading there.
Should we intercept?
Why? I doubt they're gonna start a fight now.
Our top priority should be to get home. Let's go already.
Yeah. It's not like we have the supplies, power, or even a real reason to put up a fight. But, what are we going to do if they bring the fight to us? We need to be ready to push them back. If we head inland from here towards Erusia, there's an old castle that's been converted into a stockpiling base. Shalaji Castle. It's currently occupied by some of the Erusian forces that broke off, but we need ammo and fuel. They appear to have converted a freeway into a runway, so we can expect them to have the capacity for air combat. But they'll be easier to handle than Erusia's lead faction. Well, we can't use all our aircraft to attack. The transport carrying the stolen supplies needs support. Okay, Strider Squadron. You head out first, and neuter the dogs at the stockpiling base. Rendezvous with Cyclops Squadron, who will bring the transport. Then we bring the supplies back to this base.
Got it.
Aircraft are our only threat.
Sounds good.
We'll make it. We're all gonna fly home. Together.
Strider Squadron, aircraft prep complete. You're cleared to taxi.
No Osean forces are in the region ahead. No allies here. No need to ID your target. We've set a number of priority targets, focusing on their anti-aircraft weaponry. Okay, team. Get to work.
Unidentified aircraft, not sure if friend or foe. Fire anyway. We don't have time to be wondering if they're friendlies or not.
So, we capture this base and take the fuel and supplies. That's the plan, right, Trigger?
You take if you want to live. That's how it was where I grew up.
I was just double-checking mission orders, Hushin.
There aren't that many. Aim carefully and take them down.
Locked on, Bandit.
Our anti-air guns are destroyed. Abandon and fall back to our rear position. Retreat! We don't have enough AA weapons.
There are more vehicles along the road. They don't appear to be military. They're Erusian refugees. They must be fleeing since the conflict got worse.
No, they're with the Osean Army.
Warning, enemy
Unidentified aircraft. Identify at once or we'll open fire.
What is he talking about? They already are firing on us.
These guns were destroyed.
I know.
Missile.
We're all out of ammo. Don't give up. We're not going to lose our country again. Hurry up with takeoff preps.
So what's this faction split from the Erusian military?
The autonomous state of Shalaji used to be a nation. The region has always leaned towards independence. Those who want to restore their homelands flock to it. Apparently, their core consists of officers from Vaslage, which neighbored Shalaji.
Are they our enemies?
They're our enemy's enemy, but not our friends.
Retreat! A tank can't take on a fighter!
The resistance is strong. They seem pretty desperate.
They're bombing us! We're unable to use the sand! Help me!
Strider 1, missile launched.
Don't stop the car! It'll make us an easier target!
In gun range.
They have more aircraft! More planes incoming! Fire more missiles! Fire the SAM at once!
Coming up on the castle. Let's hurry up and capture this base so we can get its fuel and supplies.
Shit. I feel like we're a group of burglars.
Don't say that. This is for our survival.
Yeah, I know.
That's Shalaji Castle.
They're here already. They can pay for what they did to our
Strider
scouts.
1, target destroyed.
Take in both civilians and refugees without discrimination. Get away from the stone buildings and take shelter somewhere sturdier or underground. Drop where you are and cover your head if you hear jet engines.
Missile.
Evade. Continuing
They can go on ahead without me. Evading!
Missile. 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 Missile.
We have missiles.
Missile. Missile.
Enemy on your back.
Missile.
Target locked.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Bandit has a lock.
What's the matter? Aim and fire!
Missile. Missile. Missile.
The fire set off a chain reaction! At least stop it from spreading!
Missile. 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 Missile.
Damage report!
Bombs away.
Strider 1, target eliminated.
That warehouse is filled with ammunition.
AA gun destroyed.
Hostile has a lock.
Set up AA weapons. Put them on a flat surface.
Bombs away.
Enemy on your back.
The salmon's out! We're running out of ways to strike back!
Locked on Bandit.
Why aren't Win and the others airborne?
Target destroyed.
Missile. Missile.
Fox 2.
Missile.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Missile.
We've lost more than half of our forces! Your battle won't last much longer! Let them have our lives. As long as our nation stands, the young will carry on.
Taking evasive action.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Fox 2.
Missile. Missile.
None of our units are able to communicate over the comms.
Missile. Missile.
New hostiles. All aircraft confirmed.
This town's of high cultural value. It's unfortunate we had to bomb it like we did.
Missile.
We do what we need to survive, right?
Not something I'll tell my son about.
Everything's on fire! How come we keep missing? AA destroyed! We're sitting ducks! Cancel takeoff. Soul Squadron, stand by.
Negative. This battle's over if we don't get up there. Along with hope of restoration. Don't worry. As long as we accelerate inside the tunnel, they won't be able to shoot us down that easily.
Their interceptors are in the air.
All right. Getting to takeoff speed inside the tunnel is insane.
Soul Squadron airborne. Shoot the invaders out of our skies. Good luck, Soul Squadron.
Understood. You are in violation of Shiraji airspace. Turn around or we'll be forced to shoot you down.
This is the Ocean Long-Range Strategic Strike Group. Land immediately and hand over your planes and base to us.
You must be the snowbirds. It's absurd for you to talk in so tough after losing one of the leaders at Levante.
You bastard!
You defile this country. As long as you're here, this country will never know peace. Shit.
Missile.
I'm out. Ejecting.
Missile.
I hope he's okay. Bailing out under those conditions. I can see his parachute. Let's pray he makes it to safety.
3 to go. Don't let them work together. Back up trigger.
Wilco. Righto.
Missile.
I've been spiked.
Fox 2.
Let's finish him before King gets here.
Strider 3 launching missile.
Roll's been hit. He's ejected. Damn. We can't even last long enough to buy ourselves some time.
A miss, as expected, but a lucky shot would be boring.
Some kind of energy weapon. No, it's a railgun.
Strider 1, you have a bogey approaching at high speed. Bearing 090, straight from the east. High-speed projectile launch from the aircraft.
I'm testing this aircraft. You must find your own sky.
We can still help you.
Don't waste your life. Dedicate it to reclaiming that which you call home.
Missile.
Furthermore, you must find someone to guide you. I am not that person. Really?
Muslim squad will be retreating. Those fighting below are advised to temporarily withdraw. Don't die. As long as we're alive, our hopes and dreams live on.
Stall warning.
Hey, look at the color of that plane. Damn, that's the flames of hell. Time for payback.
Negative. No good. I can't get close enough.
Leave it to trigger. The rest of us will just get in the way. Rest form the perimeter to catch whatever slips through. Welcome. Might just cost us our lives.
Missile.
Hit on unidentified aircraft. The enemy's mobility is still unfazed. Keep up the attack.
Someone to guide us. Wait, I can't think of anyone other than you.
Missile.
Being together with me taught me something.
Missile.
Drone fighters don't belong. They have no place in the cosmos of the skies. And they're what the most legit Air Force should be fighting against.
90%. 100%. Targeting collision 1.7 degrees. Targeting collision complete.
It's not bad.
Unidentified aircraft. Land your plane and surrender. Why do you feel the need to continue fighting on your own?
That's funny. It seems like one of your pilots is also fighting alone.
He's not alone. Look around you.
I see. Perhaps it would have been best to entrust the future to pilots like that. Let me test him then, to see if he's truly worthy.
Hey, look. It's like the sky's been sliced wide open. We found out we were probably making it as a recoil.
Smash those missiles right into the ground.
Does this guy have death wish?
Hey, this just seems like another ordinary day for him.
100%. Targeting collision 0.8 degrees. Targeting assisted
Railgun is firing again. Bad news. Its accuracy is increasing with each shot. Take it down as quickly as possible.
cooldown complete.
that's not it. That will not do.
System power at 50%.
Railgun has been fired.
Beyond the limits of machine assistance, I see. You're quite the entertainer, but the show's over with this next shot. You're still not fast enough.
System power at 50%. Warning, braking control deactivated. Targeting correction in progress.
Railgun has been fired. Missile away.
Cooldown complete. System power at 50%.
That bastard's moving in a way that minimizes the damage even if he's hit. Keep firing those missiles until you blow them to pieces.
This weapon is not enough to take down 3 strays. This aircraft is my body. If they are not enough, then I must put my soul into it. There are pilots like you in every generation, and I've found every last one of them.
Missile.
Fox 2. Think you can keep up with me?
Strider 1 scored another hit.
It's a hit. The unidentified aircraft is going down.
You got him. Trigger, splash the bandit.
Can you hear me, pilot with the 3 strikes? This was all due to my ego. I unleashed pure chaos upon this world, just so I could keep my wings. Put a stop to the drone production.
Is this a message to Trigger? What does it mean?
I don't think this war is over just because we shot down Mr. X. Yeah, it's gonna take something else entirely to end this thing.
Caution alert.
I just don't know what.
Caution alert. Caution alert.
No Osean forces are in the region ahead. No allies here. No need to ID your target. We've set a number of priority targets, focusing on their anti-aircraft weaponry. Okay, team, to work.
Unidentified aircraft, not sure if friend or foe. Fire anyway. We don't have time to be wondering if they're friendlies or not.
So, we capture this base and take the fuel and supplies. That's the plan, right, Trigger?
You take if you want to live. That's how it was where I...
The resupply went well. We should be okay on food and fuel reserves for a little while at least. Luckily, the rumor that the Erusian army is advancing nearby is only a rumor. There's no sign of them from the skies. Rumors, rumors, rumors. This is what happens when you lose communications.
When we got to the mainland, we found the space elevator's support facility. I guess this was the factory where they built the gigantic structure the elevator traveled in. There was this little girl sitting in front of a mural. When the princess saw her, she shuddered like she'd seen a ghost. The girl had a stuffed animal. This was the day after the shit went down at Tyler Island. She walked right up to the princess, took her hand, and led her into the factory. One thing's for sure, they knew each other. The factory'd been converted to a production line for Erusian drones. It was fully automated and chugging along, making drone after drone after drone. Once they got inside, the princess stopped and just stood there. Another girl was there with a man in a lab coat. He was trying to use his keyboard, but she wouldn't let him. She took a data chip and threw it on the ground. Then she walked over to us and took the gun from the prison guard's holster. She pulled the trigger and destroyed the chip. Later, I found out that the girl with the gun and the one with the stuffed animal were sisters. They were also the granddaughters of Mihai A. Shalaji, the legendary pilot. Gramps used to talk about him. He said Mihai was the top ace from 2 wars ago. Know any Belkans? Because this guy was a Belkan, and they love to stir shit up. Pitting nations against other nations is a particular favorite of theirs, along with developing hyper-advanced technology.
That's right. I'm Belkan, born and raised. My country is gone now. Rather than surrender to its enemy, Belka detonated 7 nuclear weapons on its own soil. My people scattered around the globe, living in the shadows of other countries. We had a new purpose: to breed wars. The theory was that through war, we could achieve our destiny and our revenge. I had just finished inputting Mihai's data when his granddaughter came in. She destroyed the only copy I had of the information I squeezed out of him. The girl loved Mihai. No one knew more than her just how hard I pushed her grandfather for that data, how much I made him sacrifice in the process. I promised his granddaughters that his efforts were not in vain, that it could end this terrible war. But in the end, it only caused more chaos and despair. We were responsible for all this damage, all this tragedy. Now, we were going to pay for it. The Erusians, once our allies, would see to that. I had lost the drive to continue my work, even before I noticed Mihai's granddaughters eyeing me with suspicion that one day. I should have stopped then, for all our sakes. Mihai's granddaughter tossed the gun aside. She said if she resorted to killing, she'd just end up like the rest of us. And by us, she meant everyone, including the princess. Like me, the princess was afraid to look into the girl's eyes. She knew that by encouraging her people, she kept the war going. Mihai and his granddaughter were victims of it, and now, they too were paying the price.
Is this for Belka? Or for Erusia? My grandfather had only one wish: to continue soaring through the endless skies. That was the only place where he felt alive. But I don't even have a country to call home, let alone the sky. The Black Forest, the lake, they are no longer mine. Even though those lands were once cherished by my late mother. We have to learn to put that sense of nostalgia behind us and behave like mature adults.
My homeland. She's right. It feels so far away now. The woman with the rifle approached me. She was focused on more pressing issues.
I checked the computer. All of the data on the legendary ace had already been installed.
No, I pulled it before it was completed. However, there are 2 aircraft that are already scheduled to be manufactured based on that data.
We must destroy the factory.
This isn't the only one. There are more facilities just like it, and the 2 planes containing the data will be manufactured at one of those facilities.
So, this place runs on solar power that the space elevator generates, right? How about the others? We can destroy the space elevator and cut the power to them. First things first, let's take this one out.
I'll show you which locations to target.
I stood there, thinking about that mural by the factory's entrance. Harling commissioned it to be painted. I realized that in the background, behind the dancing figures, the artist had painted several space elevators. I understand now. The space elevator wasn't designed to exploit Erusia after all.
Good. And afterwards, we'll bring down the space elevator itself. No matter why it was built, right now, it's the root of this chaos.
I wonder.
Yes?
I wonder which path you would choose when looking at Harling's mirror.
Let's get the briefing started.
We've done enough air operations. Just let us go home.
There's no path for us to get home. Whatever direction you fly, it'll be right into a hail of enemy fire. Earlier, we received a communication via the partially restored general network. Here is what it contained. Apparently, the Erusian radicals have gathered around the space elevator, as it's a source of energy. Give the warmongers a powerful energy source, and you give them the luxury to keep on fighting. In response to this, people from both Osea and Erusia have joined forces, and will take down the final Arsenal bird in a saturation attack from the air to the sea. Once that's achieved, they'll take the space elevator from the aggressors.
Has the source been verified?
It could be fake. I hear you. Take a look at what's written at the end. Hey, dumbass. If you want to bring the world back from the brink, go to the lighthouse. You can see the future.
Dumbass? Sounds familiar.
It certainly does. It's from those guys we met in Tyler Island. The 444 squad. It's a message to all those looking to end the war. But I also think it's a message for Trigger.
Guess we'll do what it says.
Okay. Well then, I'm thinking we go roast that damn bird.
Looks like we're all on the same page. It's time to end this war. Time to fly, guys. Let's go get that Arsenal bird.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
We need help! Don't let them damage more! Show them what the erosion, no, what fighter pilots are made of! Thanks, I owe you. No sweat.
Get into formation. We have the numbers.
Well, if it isn't the LRSSG, looks like our luck has turned. LRSSG, you will secure air superiority. There are Erusian aircraft in the Coalition, so they have been ID'd as friendly via the data link.
Just confirmed it.
The Erusian government aircraft, including drones, will show up as hostiles. You two aces, I'm thinking it's time to show us what you've got.
We don't have two anymore. Guess nobody told them.
That's quite true, Count. It's not just two. Wiseman trained his squad well. Everyone still entered as an ace. He'd be proud of you all.
To all of you who have gathered here, regardless of your country, this is headquarters of the Ocean Army Southern Command. Wait, you can forget that designation. We are a coalition formed exclusively for the sole purpose of taking down the Arsenal Bird. Wait until we're ready to strike the Arsenal Bird in unison.
Roger.
Roger, speaking on an open channel. The enemy can hear everything he's saying. There's no other choice. The Erusian aircraft are in the coalition as well.
This is Gold Squadron and Rifle Squadron of the Erusian Air Force. We're here on our own. Lancaster, we're entering your airspace.
This is Sol 2. Republic of Boston are also moving to rendezvous. So the one squadron.
This is Mr. X's crew.
Count, ease up. Engagement is forbidden.
Don't worry, I know. We need every bird we can call upon. Even if they were flying with the guy that killed Wiseman. Some of their squadrons are in weird formations. All this just to keep a war going.
These troops are not standing around here. Too bad if you follow them.
How are you? Are you still in this?
You never need to worry about running out of pilots. How many more do we need to take out?
Shoot them down one at a time. We'll run out eventually.
UAVs were sluggish once the leader went down.
I thought as much. Drones without leaders are slow as hell. The biggest flaw in their slave mode.
Okay, commencing transmission. I'm speaking from both terrestrial broadcasting and video transmission networks. It's not important why. No, who we are. First, our goals. Destroy the space elevator. Second, we want power to the drone factory cut in order to put a stop to all the war and chaos that its products cause. And last, we want to bring an end to this point of war that has given rise to a state of anarchy. Let me tell you what's going on right now. The land is overrun with refugees who have lost their homes. This is no isolated incident. In spite of that, the war continues to rage overhead.
Drone leadership rights verified.
Are the friendly Erusians rebels or what?
They're rebels, but I'm sure it's more complicated than that. Brush up on current events later. Focus on the enemy.
Copy that. Take a look. See that line continuing above the horizon? The cable goes up to the sky as far as the eye can see. Not many people know this, but the space elevator is the world's tallest transmission tower. In theory, its radio waves cover exactly half the globe. We've jacked its signal in order to reach out to you.
Three strikes on our side? That's the best you've done in a long time. Again, three strikes? Never again. If this is rebellion, battle for independence. Take down the Arsenal Bird and build a new country.
Some coalition this has turned out to be, huh? They'll keep talking big once the war's over, too. You bet on it. We need something or someone to guide us.
seconds remaining.
The communications infrastructure down. This broadcast can only be transmitted to certain regions. If you can access the server, consider yourself lucky. You get to see a real-life princess. Hey, Cosette, say hello to everyone.
Take it down now.
Yes.
Avril, it's safe over here. You're taking away all the guns.
Yes. Let's open up the exit. Everyone get the refugees into the underground tunnel. George, Tabloid.
All right, understood.
Game over with my 3 strikes tonight. 3 strikes is one of us. He's the best one we got.
Missile did not connect. Use airspace like a testing ground for their weapons. Why don't those bastards show themselves?
Beginning enemy missile.
Strata 1, target acquired. Missile launched.
Their movements are pretty sloppy, but there's a lot of them. One wrong move and you'll be surrounded.
Out there. Bandit in my sight. My God.
A princess is looking at a mural. There's another one here too. It shows a whole bunch of space elevators. Skies. Locked on. Cosette, let's go. Yes.
Warning. Missiles launched from the Arsenal bird. They're Helios projectiles. All aircraft, stay clear of the blast area. 10 seconds to impact. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact.
How many got caught in that explosion?
Comcaster, do we have more incoming?
No. Proceed with caution.
Wilco. We can't switch off the security system. We've got this. If what he said is true, this will give us at least 10 seconds. Cosette! Cosette! What the hell's wrong with you? Get back here! As you all saw, we have a problem. The princess went by herself into the maintenance area and has shut us out. No idea what got her going this time. Stupid woman.
Missile launch from the Arsenal bird. Shit, airburst tight. Helios arriving in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Helios arrived.
Don't fly so close together. I failed the shot. I'm bailing out.
I said we were going to take down the space elevator, but it's not like we can just go out there and chop it down. At the top of the windbreak, 6 location markers have been set in place. They monitor distortions in the space elevator. Those are the locations we need to target. If the sensors go bad, the elevator's observation system will think the elevator has fallen. Until its safety can be...
I get it. What a party.
I was going to do it myself. You dumbass.
Helios launched from the Arsenal bird. 5 seconds. 3, 2, impact now.
Nickel.
Get caught in that. It's all over.
Helios arriving in 10 seconds. 5 seconds to arrival. 2, inbound.
I'm going down. Lost control. It's up to you now.
Seconds remaining. Struggle 1, Fox 2. Target acquired.
The monster bird is in our trap. Here's a saturation attack. Wait for the signal. Signal leading. Inform the coalition
Demolition units, we're nearing 0 hour. 10 seconds until the united attack on the Arsenal bird.
Incoming! 5, 4...
Everybody, give this attack everything you've got.
Open fire!
All missiles were shot out of the sky. Attack failed. Cruise missiles did not reach their target.
Damn monster!
Lancaster warning all aircraft. I have multiple blips on my scope.
Here they come.
That's something.
Strider 1 has crashed.
Damn monster!
Lancaster warning all aircraft. I have multiple blips on my scope.
Here they come.
That's something.
Hey, look at the Arsenal bird.
Lasers!
Missile destroyer just striking marker. We can't train it! Evacuate! Flagship Starlink heavily damaged by laser weapons. Warship capsized aircraft controller melting. Single blast! Deploy lifeboats!
HQ, we have a problem. Damage to the Allied fleet is extensive.
That's some pretty impressive firepower. I, for one, did not see that coming.
The active protection system operated as expected. We should launch another saturation attack. Air power. You'll slow the Arsenal bird.
Special delivery.
The enemy's straight.
Look at that light from the Arsenal bird.
It's readying its APS. All aircraft, break off from the Arsenal bird.
That was close. Saw the AWACS, I would have been a goner.
Cosette, that's not the control room. Go through the airlock and get on the maintenance elevator. Get to the top of the windbreak. Do you think you can put on that pressurized suit by yourself? You'll never get it on over those frills. Yes.
I'm getting sick of that arrogant bastard. Seriously.
No good. The engine control room is gone.
Get water to the opposite
They got a radar room here at CIC.
Nothing phases this thing. How are we supposed to hit it?
All aircraft. We can no longer commence with a second saturation attack. All aircraft, separately engage in direct attacks.
HQ, it won't be easy to take down the Arsenal bird with conventional weaponry. All the ace pilots in the world won't save us unless we have a plan.
Give us time. We'll see what we can do.
You're just thinking about it now? Cover any friendlies that's hit.
Cyclops 2. Fox 2.
It's readying its APS. Strata 1, target acquired.
Damn it! I've taken some damage. One aircraft hit.
Flame will
No,
last
two!
if you stay in